What is going on, buddy? Welcome back to All Things Film. Today I'm here to talk about this new title sequence we got for The Walking Dead Season 9. I think it's absolutely amazing. I thought they did a great job putting this together, and it's a really cool title sequence. And in today's video, we're going to go through it and talk about all the new stuff we see, the new names, all the stuff in the background, because there's a ton of Easter eggs in this opening sequence. So you guys be sure to comment down below all the Easter eggs you guys noticed, because obviously I'm not going to get every single one, but I'm excited to talk about this, so let's get started. Now, the reason I love this opening sequence so much is because of the atmosphere. It's really dark and so creepy, and it puts a real fresh feel to this whole zombie apocalypse. And if I'm somebody who's never watched The Walking Dead before and I just randomly turn to AMC while watching TV, I'm gonna go ahead and check out the rest of the show because it is absolutely amazing and it really hooked me in. And I think Angela Kang was the one who was in charge of putting this together, and I thought she did a great job with it. And speaking of Angela Kang, man, I cannot wait to see what she turned The Walking Dead into, because this is like a completely fresh feel to this show. And based on everything we've been getting this off season when it comes to the promos and the trailers and the sneak peeks, this season looks absolutely amazing. And we're only getting footage from the first couple episodes, mainly the first episode, so I cannot wait to see the rest of the season because so far season 9 is looking amazing. But anyways, let's get back to talking about this opening title sequence. So we're just gonna go through this opening sequence and talk about it and point out little details and stuff, but obviously I'm not gonna get everything like I said, so in the comments down below you guys be sure to comment little Easter eggs while you're watching too. But that being said, so it starts off with Andrew Lincoln, the man himself. Obviously he's gonna be the first one there, and we see the crows and we see that glass frame thing that we saw in the season 8 finale when he had that battle with Negan. But I want to talk about the crows for a second because they've been really emphasizing crows around Rick, and it's not just Rick because we see the crows during other times during this opening sequence, but they've been really emphasizing crows, and crows are a sign of like bad luck, and not just bad luck, but like there's a negative vibe to crows. And even Angela Kang said that about those opening minutes where we saw Rick and Michonne and Judith walking in that grass field and the crows are all around them. And then we also have the crows at the sanctuary who are causing problems with the crops. So crows are gonna be a problem, and crows are, you know, a sign of bad luck. So, you know, get ready for a lot of foreshadowing leading up to maybe, you know, Rick's actual demise in season 9. And then we see Norman Reedus' name and Lauren Cohan's name. And then after it transitions from Lauren's name to Denai Guerrera's name, we see this tree like exploding greenery because it's all dead, and we just see branches, and then it just explodes and leaves grow all over it, and then the crows fly away. And I'm sure that's symbolizing the fact that even though this season might be dark, you know, especially with Rick leaving and the Whisperers, there's still a bright side to that because they just got done with, especially the first couple episodes, because they just got done with a battle with Negan, a war with a bunch of saviors, and now they're living life, you know, they're rebuilding, you know, they're doing well for themselves. So there is a bright side to that. But moving on to Melissa McBride's name, and we see Alana Masterson, and this is what I mean, like we see this stick going through this skull, and we see some arrows and Daryl's crossbow. So there's a bunch of little stuff in the background, but I just love the atmosphere revolving, you know, this opening sequence. And then we have Josh McDermott's name. We have a knife here in the background. It's really hard to tell. And then we have the helicopter zooming past everybody, and we see these two guys and a horse, and then Christian Serrato's name comes up also. So Eugene and Rosita. But again, the helicopter. I cannot wait to see what the deal with this helicopter is. Honestly, I am very excited for this helicopter. One of the things I'm really looking forward to seeing in season 9, because we got teased way back early on in season 8, and we've been waiting like almost a year now, and I cannot wait to see what's going on with this helicopter, and I'm definitely intrigued. But we also got some horses here because obviously this season is gonna have a lot of horse riding because, you know, gas is rare and they're gonna be on carriages and horses, which is something that I'm also very excited for. And then we see Seth Gilliam's name pop up and a bunch of stuff here. We got a couple of crosses and we got a tombstone, and then this is Michonne's katana. It's kind of hard to tell because it's in the distance, but that's Seth Gilliam. Really cool stuff around there. And then we have Ross Marquand, which I found very interesting here because we have Rick's sheriff hat right on top of Ross Marquand. And let me tell you something, Aaron looks, season 9 Aaron looks like comic book Rick. So I'm not sure. I mean, obviously he's not going to be the new Rick, but I just find it super interesting how they put his sheriff hat on top of, you know, Ross Marquand's name. It's not a big deal or anything. But then we have Caitlin Nacon, who is new here to the opening sequence. I believe Ross Marquand and Seth Gilliam were both there last year. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they were. But Caitlin Nacon is new here. And then we see a walker appear in the middle of this brick you know, wall, and that's what I mean. I love the atmosphere revolving around this opening sequence. Moving on to Tom Paine, and I'm so happy they put Tom's name on here. I was expecting them to put it last year, but they didn't. But this year is fine, and I love Jesus. I think he's a great character. In the comics, he's amazing, but on the TV show, they don't really use him as much as I hope they would. And Tom Paine is amazing. Like, he even took lessons to learn like martial arts, and he knows how to fight, but they don't really utilize that because Tom, you know, he only has a couple fight scenes per season. So I really hope in the future they use him more and, you know, have him fight more, because Jesus is a badass character. And for Jesus's name, we have Rick's Colt Python and Lucille. So that's a really badass combination right there. Very two cool iconic signature weapons. And in the background we see this final warning sign, which is obviously from the Comic-Con trailer where we saw somebody is spray painting like warning signs and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like some savior trying to cause problems for the groups. And then we have Jeffrey Dean Morgan here with There Was Bike, which is really cool. And then it cuts to a quick little sequence of like rebuilding and stuff, and we have executive producer Robert Kirkman, executive producer David Alpert, executive producer Denise Huth. She is new, she hasn't been there before, because I believe she was a co-executive producer. I see her a lot on The Talking Dead. She does a lot for The Walking Dead, so it looks like now she's an executive producer, which is awesome. It looks like, you know, she got upgraded to that. And then we have the windmill here, and then moving on we got Greg Nicotero obviously, and then Tom Luce. Look, I'm getting distracted by the names, but look what we're seeing. We see a bunch of walkers in the background. We see this walker with the eyes, you know, popping out. We see a bunch of crows in the background. This is an amazing opening sequence, and I think this itself might attract people to watch the show, because I think this is actually better than the original one that we've had for 8 years. I really do. Like, this is really, really good. I do like it. And then we have executive producer Gail Ann Hurd, executive producer Scott M. Gimple, and executive producer Angela Kang. So that is the new title sequence for The Walking Dead Season 9. I think it's great. I really do. And the visuals are just amazing. And the new names we got, the little Easter eggs, so much cool stuff in this opening sequence. But I am going to wrap it up there. In the comments down below, you guys be sure to leave your thoughts and opinions of what you think about this new opening title sequence. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and thank you guys for all the support on these videos. I do appreciate it. For daily Walking Dead videos, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been All Things Film, and until next time, peace.